Hey everybody, Billy Watkins here with the Premier Power Hour podcast, coming to you from our Chicago division with Molly Maci.
Hi, good to see you, Billy.
It's wonderful to see you, Molly. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, real good.
I'm gonna see if you remember this. It was the first time I met you years ago. I'm gonna say 2011 or 2012. For whatever reason, I'm still not sure about it, but Kirk called me and said, come to dinner with me and this lady named Molly Maci. I'm really not even sure. Do you remember that?
I sure do.
Do you remember where we ate?
We were at a mall because I remember after we ate, I went and did a little shopping, but I don't remember the restaurant.
I believe it was the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, it probably
if I
was.
can say
Yes,
that.
I think.
I think it might have been the first time I went there, and I was extremely annoyed by the fact that the menu was so large.
Yeah, it is big, but
You just keep flipping,
Yeah.
and you have no idea what you're going to eat.
I knew what I wanted. I love cheesecake. I think that's why we went there because I liked it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Kirk Price said,
Yeah.
Molly likes the cheesecake.
Yeah.
We're going to Cheesecake Factory.
And you got drafted. That's funny.
And yeah, I don't know. I guess because it probably was less awkward. It probably was more awkward with me there, but
you were good.
The intent was to be less awkward, maybe. What were you doing back then?
Well, so I came to Louisville to just meet the people there and do some training.
So that was your start. That's where around.
I mean, what I would say is I think I came on part-time to help out the new Chicago location just a little bit, just because it's going to be, Chip told me it was only going to be 10 hours, 20 hours a week max. And then it kind of got a little more. So I think once I went full-time, that's when they had me come. So maybe a couple years into being at Premier, but right once I switched to full-time.
So what were you doing at the beginning, part-time to full-time? What was your role?
So mainly customer service, putting in orders, doing releases, working with the customers. When Premier started the first division outside of Louisville, Daryl and Mike were in, I was saying earlier, this empty warehouse, and they didn't have a staff because they were just building it up, and they didn't even have product in the warehouse or whatever. So they needed someone to help with all the internal stuff. They were being supported by Louisville, which was great, but kind of far away. So Chip came on, and Chip and I had worked together. So then he asked me to help him because, of course, Premier, you get more and more and more work, which is what happened.
Yeah.
So so I started part-time, and then they hired somebody else in customer service, and I just, it just kind of grew. Yeah.
I think I remember also we would talk every now and again.
Yeah.
I think you would have questions for me. Mm-hmm. Did I answer them?
You were always very helpful. Yes.
Yes. I'm glad to hear that. So, are you still in customer service? Is that your main role now? What is your title?
Yeah, so I'm no longer in customer service. I was the customer service manager for the Chicago division until January, but now I'm a project manager.
Okay.
So we've kind of started, changing it a little bit. Customer service really is more than customer service. It's not just processing orders. It's also working with vendors, maybe placing purchase orders, working with customers, which of course is customer service. But, it's not just order entry or anything simple. It's really complicated, especially with what we do because we offer so many different options. So this new role as a project manager is an opportunity to have people with a lot of experience, and I have a lot of experience, not that I'm old, but I've been in the packaging business. Mike and I met at a packaging company, when I first moved to Chicago. So I've been doing this for about 27 years.
Oh.
A little time off for kids. But so someone that has a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience can kind of think ahead of what problems might happen when you onboard a new customer or a new complicated program or something. So now my role is to deal with big new things. So maybe it's a big new customer. Maybe it's a rollout of a new location for a customer that's existing. Maybe it's new tooling. Maybe it's a new item that's going to require a lot of tooling. Anything that's a little more complicated, we're having me set that up and kind of get the first run going, make sure we know what we have to worry about, maybe lay out a plan for how we're going to handle it, and then work with the customer service rep and the sales rep, to then let them take that over once it's set up.
Kind of the white glove process of rolling out something new.
You got it.
Because there's nothing worse as a customer when you have something brand new and if it goes south, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the last thing we want to have happen.
Right, and there's so much, when it's a new customer, a new item, just it's changed. And maybe they're going from someone that they've already used that they're comfortable with to someone new, because of price or because of opportunity or whatever. It's hard. So yeah, white glove is a perfect description of it because you want them to feel supported. You want them to know you're going to be there for them. You really want to just show them the premier way. The premier way is to do whatever it takes to get whatever the customer needs.
You speak of being in the packaging business for a while, several years.
Yeah.
Speak to where you came from, not specifically, but what is the difference from where you were to what we do here at Premier? I mean, what sets us apart from where you've been?
Well, I was with I don't know, they weren't even a distributor, I wouldn't say. They were almost like they coordinated projects and they designed things and then they outsourced it. So what's great about Premier is that we manufacture. Mm-hmm. That is wonderful because you can offer the right solution. We manufacture, so maybe we can do what we're going to design for you, but we're not going to design it for us to run it. We're going to design it for you to be successful. And then we're going to determine the best way to do that, whether it's internal or whether it's external. And it doesn't limit us to just corrugated or just certain types of boxes. We can sell many different things. The sky's the limit. So I think that's the best thing. I mean, Premier is just able to be a one-stop shop. That's what the customers that I deal with, they'll ask us, hey, can you get me this? Right. And whatever it is, we'll say, right. Yes, I'm sure we can.
Well, while I've got you on the phone.
Right? Yeah, totally.
There's something to be said for that, for sure.
Especially now when people are understaffed, and they don't have the time. And the other thing is, if they give us the opportunity, we manage everything, handle it, we may warehouse it, so it can become a just-in-time program. And that, to a lot of customers, is just life-changing, especially right now with these long lead times. If we can support them locally, do our, VMI, the vendor managed inventory, go in and actually take the inventory, that allows them to focus on other things and not just make sure they don't run out of material.
In your new role as project manager, what have you, what skills have you developed since you've been at Premier that have been, because it sounds like it's a little bit of everything, tooling and so what have you learned that is most helpful in what you're doing now?
I've always thought picking up the phone and collaborating, verbally with people is important. Now we're using Teams, which is great. Sharing screens and being able to add people into conversations and do things collaboratively is huge. I've gotten very good at Excel. It's funny, a bunch of these young kids are showing me a lot of cool things with Excel. I've even taken some classes, but if you don't do it,
you have to. Yep.
You kind of lose it, or you forget what you can do. So, just a lot of the, the different tools that we have here are very helpful.
Awesome. You're another person I'll call you up someday for Excel tips. I need some.
Call me. I'll try to help you. If not, I'll Teams in someone and they can help show us both something.
Are you so you liked Teams? Are you back?
Yeah.
Are you back in the office, or is everybody pretty much fully?
No, actually, with you guys coming in and us, meeting yesterday was the first time I've seen a lot of people. We are coming back and we're going to be staggered. In my role, I'm not sure that I'll be here in our Glendale Heights facility because of what I do. I'm not sure that my presence on site will be required, unless a project comes up. But we are coming back. We're trying to do it safely. A lot of us have been vaccinated,
right.
And it was nice to be able to see each other yesterday without masks on. And
yeah,
stuff.
this is very cool that we're able to do this. So
yeah, for sure.
Would you have a moment since you've been here that something in particular that you've done that you're proud of that shines in your mind?
Everything we do here I'm proud of. I feel like every project that I'm on, everything that I get involved with, we are given no limitations. If I need it and I tell my supervisor, if I tell Daryl, or if I tell anyone else that I need it, I can get it. So, just rolling out new programs, complicated programs, boxes seem easy, and they are, but we don't just sell boxes, we sell other things. But timing-wise, making sure that we get the right product, the right material, good quality, delivered on time. That's important, and it's not easy to do, and it takes a lot of collaboration and a lot of partnerships.
No, and there's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our competition just, one of the things that sets us apart is that type of drilling down to make it exactly what the customer wants instead of just, here's a truckload of boxes, right?
Right. Well, I'm proud of collaboration. We meet with a lot of our customers for a weekly call just to touch base and what we get out of that and what they get out of it. Sometimes they're 10 minutes long. And sometimes you think they're going to be 10 minutes long and they're a half an hour because things come up and opportunities come up, things that they're struggling with, things that maybe we can help them with. Maybe we don't even produce it, but maybe we, know of someone that could help them in that area. So I think really partnering with our customers, Premier partners with customers. They really are partners.
Yeah.
And that makes the relationship, amazing because it's not, I'm over you and you're under me or whatever. It's more like how can we help each other to make everything go better.
Agreed. Sometimes it's tough because we do partner, and then it's sometimes I don't feel the love back.
Yeah, that can be
It's
hard.
just our lot in life, right?
Sometimes you don't get the love for sure.
But you move on. Do you still like cheesecake?
I love cheesecake. Yeah, I don't go there, and they I don't know if they're going under or whatever. I think on Michigan
I think there
Avenue
might
they
be.
closed.
Right,
They filed for Chapter 11. Yeah, they're open in Oak Brook, so actually I'm taking my 13-year-old there for her birthday party. So
Well, you can get cheesecake just about anywhere. Do you have a favorite flavor?
I don't even eat cheesecake. I just like the romano-crusted chicken. That's what I want.
Oh, okay. So it's not even about cheesecake.
No.
We're just talking about this
the
particular.
food.
Okay, so
And maybe their sour apple martini. But
we need, which would have been nice to have for this.
That would have been nice.
It's a
We
little
should
early,
have
but
had-
we could have done that.
it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
All right, so we need to find a recipe for romano-crusted chicken, basically.
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't be as fun if I made it. So I think they have carry out. I should carry it out when I have the hankering.
I did a lot of carry out during the pandemic, and I get a lot of stuff dropped off at a hotel room.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, those builds must be, yeah.
it's what I do. I don't know. Any regrets? Any looking back? Oh man, I wish I had done that differently. Or
Not really. You learn stuff on every job that you're working on or every experience that you have. But no, I don't really have any regrets. I think it was great. We moved from a site that we thought we'd be at for a long time to a bigger site. And it's
Right.
funny, we're outgrowing it now. But having the extra room and being able to, spread out. This area that we're in now is what was our customer service area, and we had 6 cubes. Now I think we have at least 12, spots for people to work. We have offices. It's just gotten so much bigger. So
crazy, I know, because at the beginning it was just you and a handful of people, and now it's somewhere around 40. That's all right. That's
I
live
muted that.
podcast
Yeah,
for you.
sorry.
Probably a customer wanting.
probably is. They'll be mad when they see this that I didn't answer.
We could have taken a call and made it part of this. That might have worked, actually.
That might have been good.
So if you've got somebody that's a new hire, they're just starting out, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would tell them to ask a million questions. No question is a dumb question. There really are no dumb questions. If you ask the same thing over and over, then maybe that becomes a dumb question. But
Speaking of questions, I'm going to stop asking that question because I'm getting the same answer from
Are you?
everybody. But yeah, and it's
ask questions,
maybe
right?
there's a point to that. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
and soak up information. You know what I mean? We're now working closer together if we're on site, and you should listen to what else is going on. One reason that when I was a supervisor, I sat in the middle is I wanted to hear what people were doing, and I was able to come in and help out or hear something, or afterwards I could, coach them, or we could talk about something, or I could just, jump in, and sometimes they would help me with things. So I think being aware of what's going on around you too, and kind of having your ear open and just, experiencing things,
Right.
Let, new employees watch somebody do what you're going to do, so you can see how they do it. Maybe they're going to have tips. It's interesting, actually. This was a tip someone showed me. She was doing it, and I said, what are you doing? We had some information that was very detailed that she was going to have to present to people in the future. So she made it a signature.
Yeah. Okay.
And boom. And every time she would just pick that special name signature and it would be right there. And I never thought to do that. I would save it somewhere and then I'd go and copy and paste it, but this was much better.
To be to be a little more efficient like that. And I remember training as well, just sitting in Joe's office basically and watching what, and that helps a lot.
It does. So experiencing it and with different people too, because we may, customer service may do the same type of things, different projects or whatever, but seeing different people and how they do it gives you, I think, a more robust experience, I guess. And different people do it different ways, and sometimes, and you can take what is going to be helpful to you and apply it to your own work. So.
I have to be honest, it's been a long time, and all of this talk about the system and entering orders, I'm kind of missing it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
You're out of touch, right?
Nice,
a little bit?
It'd be nice to get in there and set something up and then forget to release it.
Well, we can help you with that. You could do that over there later this afternoon. I have a bunch of orders.
There's a report. There's a report for that if you forget to release it.
It'll tell you.
And
then you'll be mocked
Shipman.
by shipping. Yes. That never happens to me, but I guess it happens to you.
Never happened to you, huh?
I release it. Or if I don't, it's because there's a reason it has to be, and I want it to be on the report.
Right.
So not
but then somebody calls you and says, hey, dummy.
Well, we have a meeting, actually. We meet with our shipping department in the morning, and it's a fun meeting, and they like to tease us if we haven't released it. So usually we know why we haven't. But
so it's a good thing.
It's a collaboration, yeah.
I think I need to do that again because I have nightmares of it from, not releasing.
The release not releasing and it not going out. Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, shipping saves your bacon usually and calls you and says,
every time.
What are you doing, ding dong? And then you say, oh, I'll log on and release that right now. Thanks for the call.
Are you sure that wasn't really? I think it was. Yeah. So call me. Send me some orders.
Okay.
I'll see if my login still works.
I wonder if it does.
and it'd be nice to do that again.
Yeah, sounds good.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you after all this time. And I appreciate you coming to that dinner to help Kirk. Kirk, I don't know why you needed help.
He's retiring.
I did not know that.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
I believe he's retiring, or may already have retired.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It makes me want to see everyone that I haven't seen in a long time.
I know. It is coming out of COVID. It's crazy the things that have changed.
It is. It will be good to get back.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you. Yes, and I'm glad you remembered the dinner. I had that in my head, and I was like, oh, I'm going to bring that up, and she's going to have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, it's great. It's good to visit.
Very nice. Billy Watkins here with Molly Maci for Premier's Power Hour podcast. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, goodbye.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.